All right, everyone, welcome to the Public Utilities Commission meeting. Today is Tuesday, February 13th, 2024. Let's start with roll call.
All righty, sounds good. So Andy Hassan, Carrie Rice,
Here.
Joyce Hall,
Here.
Susie Corum,
Here.
Pat Nolan,
Here.
Dave Preisel,
Here.
and Scott Snyder.
All right, thanks, Michelle. Next item on the agenda is approval of the meeting minutes. Item 2.1 on the agenda is the minutes from January 2024. Do I have a motion to approve? Okay.
Move to approve.
Joyce approved. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Are there any other discussions, corrections, or additions? All right, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposition? Motion carries. Minutes are approved. The next item, new business. Item 3.1. Kip, do you want to describe this one?
Yeah, so if you remember, a while back, or actually years ago, we had talked about putting another building up here on our service center site. We're out of storage room for vehicles. I've got 5 staff right now that are currently housing at 4 different facilities. And I know one of the things when we bought this was we wanted everybody under house. We do have room for it. At that time, we looked at adding a 60 by 100 foot building on the back lot here. It was kind of it didn't
Expensive.
go over real well, I guess, is probably the best way to put it. So we had talked about 6 months ago where I had brought this back up again. And that was with the anticipation that Public Works was currently looking at building their own new facility. But from what I'm understanding, that's no longer going to be happening. And at that time, when they were looking at building their own facility, they didn't have enough room. So they were actually looking at possibly partnering with the utility to build a facility on our site that they could house lawn mowing equipment and, park stuff, things like that. And then we were actually going to look at adding on with what we needed for room onto that building. But since then, I believe Public Works now they're in the process now of looking at a different site, one that's already built, or buying a new building. So the discussion has stopped in terms of possibly having Public Works and us join together. So I do want to bring this back. I know we had talked about it at one time, but what I would like to do, if you look at the second page of the 3.1, I've kind of just real briefly drew just kind of what I'm looking at. Our building there at that point is about 80 feet wide. And I'd like to go about 100 to 120 feet out. So, we're looking about between 8,000 and 10,000 square feet. I'd like to add on to this. Basically what it would be is parking, garage space area for storage for vehicles. We're currently housing the sewer jetter up at well 8, which I'm not 100% in favor of. But we need warm storage. That's what we're out of. So I would like to go back out and talk to some local architects that we have, and just try to get some pricing on what it would be to include design costs and some construction costs, and then kind of get this rolling. We are out of room, like I said. It's something that we've talked about for years. We do have the lot space available to put an addition on. And if we put an addition on instead of there's some advantages that we can take advantage of. We don't have to run new water and sewer lines to it. They're already here. The electrical's already in place. Some things about the service center that I kind of want to bring up is we've been having some heating and air conditioning issues with our units that are on the roof. We've had to have them come in and have them serviced, a couple different times throughout the year. They're pushing that 25, 30-year range. So if we do an addition, I would like to look at our HVAC, see what, if we can reuse or, reuse the ductwork that's there and all that, but we might end up replacing those units. Like I had said, the electrical is all here, so we really shouldn't have a whole lot of electrical work other than any new addition type thing. So there is some savings that we can, possibly look at, but I think it's time. It's time for the utility to, get a facility that houses all of us, that we can house our equipment, that we can house our trucks, and everybody's under one roof and starting from one place. So that's kind of what I'm looking for tonight, is just your thoughts and opinions on that. And then obviously I would go out for some proposals from some different companies, get them back, and then we can kind of sit down and start taking a look at what we really want to do for an addition on this building. So.
Yep, I'm curious, is the last time that you talked through this, it seems to me it was a separate building, kind of like
Yes,
a metal building is what I recall.
correct.
And this time it looks like it would be attached to the current building. So you're looking at a
Yes.
wood structure.
Nope,
or
I'd be looking
something.
at, what I'm looking at, I want it to look like the current building. So it would be block,
Oh,
block
sure.
construction
Uh-huh.
to match. And, about the only thing that you're really gonna see is just a bunch of overhead doors is what
Sure.
it is. It's just basically a rectangle, block rectangle, overhead doors. I want to keep it the same height that we currently have. And just kind of the last time when we talked about it, we started getting into when you put your own up, one of the big things was air exchange, because we are going to be storing vehicles in there. Well, we have all that in our current shop. So I'm hoping that we can just reuse that and extend it type thing. But yes, we would be looking at not a separate building, but adding an addition onto the existing building.
Mhm.
Correct.
Well, if there'd be addition added on to gain more stalls, wouldn't you go to the north and have more stalls? Wouldn't that be
Well,
keep the
that's
doors
all
here?
part. Yeah, that's all, Pat. That's a great question, but that's all part of what I'm looking to have a design. If we pick a design team, we've worked with numerous ones through the city, on different projects and things like that. And I might not even be correct. It could go to the north. It could go, I don't know. That's, somebody that builds these things kind of needs to look at that. I just threw that picture out there just so you had some idea of what I'm talking about. But that might not be the best place for it. I don't know.
So Kip, this location would be up here on the hill.
Yep, where I'm at right now.
Close to a possible future police headquarters.
Correct.
Close to another city utilities building. It all makes sense that we look at it in total, but are you looking, would this be a request for proposal kind of a process?
Not at this point. At this point, what I'd like to do is go out. I've got a list. I don't know if I really want to mention them on a recorded meeting, but I do have a list of architects and engineers that do this type of work that the city public works has used in the past. So I would go out and I would get my three proposals on this. But I'm not going to solicit at this point. We wouldn't be soliciting request for proposals for the design.
So you're looking from us for both any observations, feedback, and do you need approval from this committee to pursue this project?
No, I don't really need approval. I just because you would have to obviously approve any expenses that, I'll just say, let's say, we go with ABC Construction or whoever it is. They're going to design the whole thing. They'll come out with a proposal, that we can design it. And I'm going to get proposals from three of them. What are going to be the design costs? What are going to be engineering costs? Different things like that.
So this is for information purposes and input.
Yeah. And at this point, I mean, unless, I'm getting from you guys that absolutely not, we don't want anything to do with it. At this point, it's pretty much just an informational purpose for right now.
Yep,
I'll be
my memory, Just remind us, it seems to me that the money was set aside for this previously, is that correct?
No, we never set anything aside. I mean, we do have our our cash reserve funds, which
Oh.
we're good on.
That was, okay.
Yeah, no, we never set anything aside when we talked about this back, a couple years ago.
Okay, are there any other questions, observations, or discussion? If not, Kip, I think we're on to the next agenda item.
Okay, one quick thing, is Jack White? Who is that on here now?
Oh, he's the reporter from the Hudson Star Observer.
Okay, just so you get him in the minutes, Michelle, please.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
All right, the next item is item 3.2, action on 2024 service rates.
Yeah, so every year we do the service rates. These are these are just the state of Wisconsin service rates that they charge. We just adopt these. So if we do have any charges that come through for equipment, I mean, you name it, it's listed in there. So if we do have to do any charging for anything like that, then at least we have a hourly rate that we would charge for equipment and different things like that. So pretty much just a standard yearly adoption that we do.
So
These
are
are the
you-
exact
we
same
do
rates
need-
as the state.
we do need a motion and a second on that.
So moved.
Second.
so David moves, Susie second. Joyce, I think you had a comment or question?
Yeah, these are the exact same rates as the state uses.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yep,
it's
same thing that
non-negotiable.
Public Works, they adopt these rates too. It just kind of gives us a guideline on what we can charge for equipment.
Okay, all right. So we have a motion and a second. Are there any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Hi.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Agenda item 3.3, action on the purchase of a new Ford F-350.
Okay, so we did budget money this year to replace a truck. We did go up, we got 3 bids. Hudson Ford was $64,990. Now this is a F-350, and then it also has the service body on the back. So it's got with all the doors and things like that. So Hudson Ford was $64,990. Let's see, the next one, Maury's was $67,514, and Random Lake was $68,265. So we are recommending the Hudson Ford for, let me get back to it.
$64,990.
For $64,990.
So moved.
Second.
Let me make sure I've got this. Susie, you moved, and who's second?
David.
David, all right, we have a motion and a second to accept the proposal. Any other questions or discussion?
Is this available
Yes,
right now?
supposedly they have them. They just got to put the box on it.
Any other questions? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries, Kip.
Thank you.
We're on to agenda item number 4, project updates.
Okay, so nothing's really changed, obviously, with winter being here. We are moving forward on the Green and 11th Street upgrades that's happening there. The sewer will actually be in first before they start any work. There's a couple spot repairs that we have to do on Green Street and 11th Street. The Lake Malibu water main crossing and the North Street water and sewer main upgrade, those 2 projects. I have signed the contracts with them, and that is as far as that's gotten. We haven't done any pre-cons or anything like that, but we will be doing pre-cons on them soon. And once we do the pre-con and we figure out what start dates are and different things like that, we will be having public meetings on that. So the residents are aware of what's going to be happening if they have any questions. We did send out letters a few months ago to all the residents that will be affected by this project. Just, if they had anything, medical appointments that they do on a weekly basis, whatever it might be. Just to let us know of any concerns that they might have. So I did get a couple of those back, so we'll be discussing them with the contractor. And then, like I said, we'll put a public meeting out, something very simple, just, we'll meet probably here at the service center. Let them know when it's gonna be started. They can see the project, kind of see what it's gonna look like in front of their house. And just kind of go from there. So that's kind of where we're at with project statuses right now.
You don't need any action from us?
No,
just-
we don't need anything on that, no.
All right. Any questions from the group? Hearing none. Other business for informational purposes only or for an upcoming agenda?
I did not have anything unless anybody else had anything.
I will say, Kip, I'm curious about how our discussions are going with North Hudson.
We'll be going into closed session on number 8.
Okay, all right. Sewer utility, item number 6, sewer utility and water utility cash reports.
So you've got those in your packet, number for information.
Okay. So no action needed on the cash reports. Any questions
Nope.
from anyone?
Yeah, unless there's any questions.
All right, not hearing any. Discussion and possible action on claims, utility payables.
Move to approve.
We have a motion to approve the payables. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second.
All right, tie goes to David. We have a motion and a second. All those, any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Kip, I skipped ahead. And so now we're in closed session.
Yep, so you do need to read that, Carrie, the whole thing, and then I'm just gonna say right now that the last paragraph, the committee may adjourn in closed session or return to open session, and my assumption is we will just be adjourning in closed session.
Okay. Yeah, it's the last item on the agenda. Unless anyone else disagrees with that, we can entertain a motion to adjourn and go into closed session.
You do need to read it though, Carrie, sorry.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm gonna blow it
Quick
up.
question. Quick question. Is the Star Observer supposed to be on for this?
As soon as you guys vote to go to closed session, everybody gets kicked off.
Okay.
All right, all right. So I'm gonna read.
No
the
offense, Jack. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I didn't mean that in a rude way.
All right, so the paragraph I'm reading. The committee may vote to go into closed session under Wisconsin statute section 19.85, paragraph 1. Deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require closed session. In closed session, the committee will discuss the existing water and wastewater agreements with the Village of North Hudson. Then it says the committee may adjourn and go into closed session or may return to go into open sessions. If the committee returns in the open session, the committee will may take action regarding the existing water and wastewater agreements with North Hudson.
So now we need a motion and a second to go into close, and then a
Move
vote.
to go into closed session.
Second.
Second.
Joyce moved, David second. Any other comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, we go into closed session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
Jack's already
Let me
gone.
just stop recording.
Have a nice night.